Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is another YaYaReview, and this is Basketball Wives Season 8, Episode 11. I think it was titled, He Loves Me Not. So it starts off with Jackie and her son Dougie inside of a shoe store. She wants to buy him a couple pairs of shoes before he goes off to school. And so she's doing that controlling attitude with Dougie. And the way she does it, she was like that with her daughter Shaunie as well as with Doug. She was, basically saying that, she may want to check up on him and make sure that he's, focused on the books and not the girls. And, Dougie has the same attitude like his dad. He's just kind of laughing it off. I guess they're just used to her ways and things like that. But you could just tell that Jackie's very overbearing with these type of things. And again, I'm highly disappointed, and I said this in my last video. I'm highly disappointed because Jackie is reverting back to the old Jackie that we just simply didn't miss. Just with all this going over the top, and just it was really like a little girl that was trying to get her way. So I wasn't really feeling this part of the episode, especially for it to be the opener, but it kind of revolved around Jackie, so I get it. But I just really didn't like this whole scene. I just hope that Jackie is going to do better, honestly. So now Evelyn is meeting up with a group. I did not catch the name of the group, but she's in talks with a few ladies to discuss a charity event that she wants to do where she's giving out a couple prizes, and it's for, women who are single moms that are, I guess, overcoming domestic violence. And I'm happy about that. I'm glad that she's doing these charity events, but I want to see Evelyn do more. Now, y'all know, for my past couple of episodes, I do go up for Evelyn. I do go up for her for a few reasons. I do like her, and I do think that she's always involved. I noticed that she has some sponsorships for makeup and different beauty lines. But when I see her doing the domestic violence events, I'm a little iffy on them. And that would have to be another, conversation for another day. But I do feel a little stumped when she does these type of events. While I do understand that domestic violence is well and it's out there, I also feel like, and yes, she was a part of it and she was a victim of it. However, a lot of people don't really see her as the face of domestic violence because of her past behavior. And because of that, it's hard to take her serious. So because of that, that's why I'm a little stumped on it. Not saying that I don't believe her and not saying that I don't want her to do it. It's just that a lot of people don't take her serious. And anybody who's listening to this recording has just pretty much have seen it in the comments, whether it's on the Shade Room, whether it's under the VH1 YouTube channel, anywhere. People just are not believing her. And I don't want her to constantly get that kind of like, we don't believe you need more people type of response. I kind of want her to do something else, something that's going to show her in a better light. Just saying. But no shade on her. I think it's a wonderful thing that she's doing for ladies. So now OG is on the phone, well, FaceTiming Jackie, and OG wanted to see how Jackie was doing since she stormed out of the whole court setting. And OG had to add fuel to the fire by telling her that Phoebe had made a couple comments about her. And so, of course, that pissed off Jackie in the worst way. And she said that she really wanted to sit down and talk to Phoebe and get some clarity on why she constantly wants to say things about, Jackie when her back is turned. So we all know that Jackie is clearly going to confront it. And I don't know why these ladies are trying their hardest, including including OG. Why is she feeling the need to have to keep lighting a fire? Like, I get it. On the one hand, I do believe that Phoebe should really stop doing this. First of all, you're new. So they're going to try you every which way but straight. Number two, you really are, You really are throwing the rock and hiding your hand. Why do you constantly keep talking about people behind their back? And my thing is, if you could sit here and talk behind everybody else's back, what makes you think you're not going to talk about Evelyn behind her back? I'm almost positive that if there is another falling out that happens on the show, especially with Phoebe, it's going to be with Evelyn. Because Evelyn has no problem putting you in your place. I believe that, this girl is treading on thin ice, and I do believe that she should get checked. But I just don't feel like Jackie should be the one. I don't think Jackie should be fighting anybody on the show because she's over 60. And yeah, it is some, I think it's frowned upon if you're going to sit there and hit somebody and fight somebody that is not of age. I just don't think that is fair. So I don't like the fact that OG is doing this. I get where she's coming from, but at the same time, she really doesn't understand what damage she's causing if these two would end up getting into a physical fight. But I do believe that Phoebe just needs to keep her mouth closed. Keep the same energy if they were in front of your face and if they weren't. So there were some strikes on OG for doing what she did. But Jackie, at this point, she has the information. She basically said when she sees her, she's going to confront her. So there's that. So Jennifer is getting ready to, she's throwing an event in honor of her mom and anybody else who attends that has lost someone to cancer. And, Jennifer is having a sip and shop. So Ev is there and she's putting her feelings to the side to support Jennifer. And again, she also had a brother-in-law that passed away from cancer. Malaysia also said the same thing. She's putting her differences to the side and also supporting Jennifer in her event. So as soon as the ladies get there, these people jump in front and they start taking pictures. The ladies are moving left and right, side to side. You see them just taking all these pictures left and right. And you could definitely see how Evelyn and Malaysia look super uncomfortable while they're doing these pictures. And rightfully so. I could definitely understand where the ladies are coming from. But, she just, Malaysia definitely feels uneasy because she's just trying to be there for a good reason. Nothing more, nothing less. So Jennifer goes on to thank everybody for being there. And she starts to go into her speech. And out of nowhere, here comes Jackie's ratchet behind trying to coax Phoebe to come outside to talk to her about the comments that she made after she left the whole court setting. Now, while this was totally inappropriate, I did kind of laugh a little bit because either VH1 was being shady, but all you can hear is Jackie. She keeps saying, Phoebe, Phoebe, you talking about me? Bring your ass outside. Phoebe, Phoebe. So Kristen and Evelyn go running up to her, telling her to chill. It's not the time and the place to do that while Jennifer is making this speech. Now, OG just so happens to pop up again. And she said, I just want Phoebe to come outside. I want to know why she was talking about me after this court session. So I just want to know. So at this point, Phoebe knows that Jackie is outside. So she's, standing there having her little drink. And you can hear Phoebe's voice. It's all cracking up and she's getting emotional. She said that she had lost her grandfather as well to cancer. So again, she didn't feel like it was the time and the place. But yet, she is, making a couple choice words about Jackie being outside and what she could possibly do to her. So after all of that was said, here goes OG being messy again. This is where I'm getting annoyed because now Phoebe is like, OG goes up to Phoebe and says, hey, Jackie wants to just come outside. I'll take you there. But she wants to talk to you. Basically she's trying to figure out, why you said what you said. So Phoebe says that I'm here with my real friends. And, Evelyn said, well, this is not the time to do it. And if OG says, well, I'm talking to Phoebe, let Phoebe speak for herself. That, again, that's when I'm trying to figure out, why would you sit here and pull somebody out to get them to go to go somewhere else to get it popping? You can clearly see that Phoebe is drinking, and you could kind of, again, just from observing, you can see that Phoebe is a little under the influence. I am not getting ready to sit here and fight no 60-plus-year-old woman. Not only that, I'm possibly under the influence. So why would I be sitting here going out there to go talk to somebody when I'm not fully coherent? So I just found that to be very whack of OG to do that, because you're looking for something. And even though you both said that y'all were going to put your differences to the side, it appears to me that OG wants to see something get started. I get her whole stance on, keep that same energy in front and behind, but still, this was an event that was discussing people losing someone to cancer. What are we doing, OG? What the hell are we doing? That's why I was pissed off with her. And the whole aggressiveness that she's had in the past couple episodes is also coming back to the forefront. So I was truly disappointed in OG and her messiness. So OG is at home and her boyfriend Kwame is coming back into town. He's been gone for 6 months playing in the league overseas, and I think he was in Chile. So OG basically wants to make some moves to get him to be at home and to get into the NBA. So she wants to have a double date with CeCe and Byron, so maybe he can get a couple of connects to get Kwame into the league. OG is basically going to be retiring from football, and she's looking towards the future. She's talking about getting married, maybe some babies. And Kwame looks kind of distant on that. He looked kind of distant on that last season when she was there. So, it wasn't really much to talk about with this couple. Just trying to get some things back in with him. And so, basically, there's no storyline there, no spark there, no anything. But, I'm just a viewer. I don't know no better. But I wasn't feeling this. This was another small little quick fast forward because wasn't nothing going on here. All right, so Shaunie and ToeG meet up at their new dispensary location, and he has some goodies for her in the car, so he ran out to get that. So while she was in the dispensary, she ends up FaceTiming Malaysia, and they both were talking about Malaysia's new launch party that she's going to have for her team up with Urban Arcs for her new skin cream line, which is water-based, and I've definitely got to try it. So they're both, just talking about what happened at the event for Jennifer, and they both just wasn't feeling Jackie's attitude. But again, they all know that Jackie is Jackie. So that was it. That's all they really talked about. So Jackie goes to see Dr. I think her name was Zimmerman. And last time she was on the show, if you remember, this is actually the same therapist that she had from before. She had that really nice bob haircut. It was really cute. So anyway, her hair is a little different now in this setting, but that therapist really stood out to me because I like how she dug into Jackie. And I believe that after she had that session with her, I don't know, it wasn't clear on how many sessions she had with that doctor, but clearly something worked because she was able to really change up her ways. So it was a little, I was a little disappointed only seeing her in one episode, but luckily we get to see her again in this episode, and she's talking to Jackie, and Jackie did mention that, these ladies have been trying her. The ladies have been kind of going against her, and she also went on to say that she clearly is understanding that Jackie has that little girl in her that wants to have control because she felt like she did not have that type of control when she was growing up. So she wanted to reclaim the control that she had lost, and Jackie wants to be in control of every single situation. And when she can't get it, she starts to react the way that she did. So she told her that therapy works because she was good for 2 seasons, but Dr. Zimmerman was able to dig deep into her again. And, while Jackie wasn't crying, she understood that maybe this setting with the basketball wives is probably what's causing her to act the way that she was acting. And, Jackie does look really good, but I think she looks really good. Her children are beautiful. I really feel like Jackie's life is pretty much set. And maybe, just maybe, the basketball wife setting is not the right thing for her. I think she should really get her own show, maybe. Maybe she should do a quick little mini, a mini season like what Shaunie did with her friends and family. And maybe we could see how Jackie is with her real friends. Because I think there are a lot of surface friendships here on the show with Jackie. But Jackie has displayed over and over again that she can be a sometimey friend. And I also do think that she does shady things in order to gain the control and make people think that she's just this angel when she really in fact is not. For example, her daughter, her oldest daughter, I think her name is Takari. Jackie does not have a problem with people going down at times in order for her to look better. I don't know if the relationship between her and Takari has gotten better, especially for the sake of her grandchild that was injured, but I just feel that, Jackie probably needs to be removed from the setting. But this also goes back to, and I think I mentioned this in one of my other videos, I really do believe that Basketball Wives there needs to be a complete overhaul. Malaysia's doing well. She has her own lines of wigs and lashes, and now we're going to the skincare line. Shaunie is doing good for herself. You know, Kristen is with her husband, but the family side is not stable. Yes, she is actually a wife. So I say she should go ahead and she stays on the show. CeCe is getting ready to be married to Byron. That's clearly a love there for these two. However, she's related to Kristen by marriage and they're not getting along, but CeCe has her own business. So I think CeCe should leave. I think CeCe's weak. So, Evelyn likes to be on the reality TV show side. Maybe Evelyn should stay right here on the reality TV side. OG, she is possibly talking about being a coach. We don't know where she's at as far as with Kwame, and I don't think they're getting married anytime soon. So I don't think that she should be on the show. I think she should be put in a different setting. I think that, the way they were trying to portray her a couple episodes ago was a bit extreme, but it is what it is. So I do believe that Jackie should leave the show. I think it is bringing out sometimes the best, but most of the time the worst in her. And with her talking to the therapist, I hope that the therapist puts it in her mind that she should be somewhere where she's celebrated, not tolerated. So ToeG, Kwame, CeCe, and Byron, they meet at a horse sanctuary. And clearly they didn't do their research because they wanted to ride horses and celebrate OG's retirement. But they get to this sanctuary and all they really can do is just help clean up the stables and just sit around and talk. So OG's trying to work her magic to get Byron to talk to some people to get him into the league for the NBA. So really nothing much to cover here at all. Womp womp. So while in the confessional with Ev gets a notification that Jackie had a concussion, all because she was jumped by Malaysia's family and friends. So Ev picks up the phone and calls Shaunie, which, by the way, did not sound like Shaunie on the phone. I don't know what was up with that, but whatever. But she said, they both were just talking about it. They thought it was a little funny. It was a quick little kiki. But it didn't happen. I mean, clearly that didn't happen. And VH1, once again, they're doing what Bravo did. They did a little quick flashback, and you can see how Jackie is running up. She looks like she has a purse in her hand, and it looks like she had a chair there as well. But Kristen did get hit in the crossfire of whatever it is that they were trying to do. So I'm really not sure why this story came out, and everybody heard about the story before the show came on as well. They were also talking about how Jackie said that she was leaving the season, but again, I think that Jackie forgets how old she is when she does the things that she did. But I do believe that between her or somebody in her camp, they did go to the blogs and say something about it, because at this point Jackie will stop at nothing to control the narrative on everyone else. She will definitely try to make it seem like you are the more unstable person aside from her. So I really believe that she did make this comment and the blogs went crazy and nuts over it. So if she did it, and I'm sure she did, shame on you, Jackie. So we finally get over to Evelyn's charity event that she's throwing for the single moms. Leo is there. Evelyn is giving away a couple goodie bags with some bags. And Phoebe and Kristen are there as well to support. So while they were talking, Kristen asked if she was the only person who saw the blog about Jackie's injuries. And while they were sitting there talking, guess who comes showing up? Good old Tacky Jackie. So as soon as Jackie comes walking up, Phoebe was like, I'm going to go ahead and go. Now, this is what I don't understand about the both of them. Number one, this was a charity event. You was acting up during Jennifer's event. So I know she had to have seen Phoebe when she was walking up. Why she ain't turn up then? Also, another thing that I noticed is why did Phoebe have to leave? Because clearly Jackie wasn't running up on her. So I found it to be very interesting that these two ladies well, then again, Phoebe is Phoebe. But I'm really shocked that Jackie didn't act up the way that she acted. Again, energy. Keep the same energy. You have now jumped to Phoebe twice. So what was so different about this go around? I know she had to have seen her. She had to. So I couldn't figure out for the life of me why she didn't turn up. Maybe it was because of the blonde wig. Maybe that's what threw her off. But either way, it didn't make sense to me. So Ev and Kristen are standing there and, they said, well, we seen the blog. Did you see it? And, did you go to the blogs and tell them that you had gotten hospitalized and that you had gotten a concussion? No, I don't recall all of that. But then here comes VH1. She did sit there and she was telling OG and CeCe that she had gotten hit upside the head and that she had blacked out. So that let me know right there, if you didn't go to the press about it, you definitely told these other two ladies and maybe they went to the press about it. But I believe that somebody, Jackie, probably started to talk about it once, whoever it was went to them. But she definitely did talk to the press. There was nothing that you could tell me about that whole situation. That, again, why would the blogs know about this? You did that. You intentionally went to the blogs to talk to them to tell somebody. Now, either a blogger heard about it first and ran with the information, but you definitely told somebody. So at this point, you're going to have to admit to it. But either way, it ain't a good look here because y'all was supposed to be friends, remember? Friends. So Malaysia has her Urban Skin RX line party. And everybody's getting some freebies. She made a speech. She was definitely happy. She was in her zone. And again, I'm proud of Malaysia. I really am. Shaunie was there to support. And I found it to be very interesting that Evelyn is not at these people's events for support. She was there for Jennifer. But she wasn't there to see about Shaunie and her dispensary. She wasn't there for Phoebe's event. And I mean, I guess she said she was in the Bahamas, but still. I just found it interesting that Evelyn wasn't at these places, but it doesn't matter. Life goes on. Show with Jackie and Evelyn meeting up to talk with a lie detector test person. I feel bad I don't know the name of it. Forgive me, I'm doing this video. I'm not really paying attention. But she meets with, they meet with this gentleman who is administering the test to Jackie. And he asked her a few questions, basically if she had went over to the press to talk about it. Do you ever feel like you were Malaysia's friend? So on and so forth. And in the test, the results came back that she was telling the truth for most of the items. But when it came down to going to the press, of course, that came back as showing significant deception. So Jackie was like, no, that's not true. Put me back on. Put me back in the game, coach. So she gets back in there. She does another test. And yet again, she failed, especially when it came. Well, she passed with the exception of being the prime source of going to the blogs. And of course, she starts to cry. And then Evelyn confused me by going over there hugging her as well. Because if it were me, I'm not hugging a damn thing. You took it upon yourself to say something to the blogs. You definitely told somebody, and that somebody went to the blogs. But either way, it got into the blogs' hands, and then they went ahead and they put it out there. You said something, but I don't feel like Evelyn, to me, is trying to dig deep in things, and I really don't know why she's doing that, because one minute she was telling Malaysia F her, but then another minute she's there to console Jackie. Clearly we know that there's something going on with Jackie. Clearly we know Jackie was lying. Clearly we know that Jackie doesn't have a problem stepping on other people in order for her to maintain the status that she had from before. So this episode to me was not as eventful as it should have been. I was a little disappointed in the ladies, but you know, hey, what can you do? Well, that's it for my review, my Yaya review. If you like what you heard, please give this a thumbs up. Please like and share the video if you'd like to do that. And I got more content that's coming out, so be on the lookout for next week's review, and I will talk to you later. Bye.